विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पावन शिल प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि बोल. Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to all the wonderful devotees. And today is the 5th chapter. So, Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So, I hope you all know how to continue. So, with our humble prayers from the bottom of our heart, definitely we get the mercy of Guru and Krishna, so that we'll be able to understand what is life or what is this transcendental knowledge about. Okay, now let us start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Om Namo Bhagavate Sorry, I'm getting confused because I'm going to say the full Mangalacharan, so it got confused. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Ishtapadaya Krishna Preshta Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitikapadayana Gaurikatadamadayana Garagaravitarani Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girimet Prapadamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Shaitanya. Hare Krishna. Actually, this is a short form of the Mangalacharan. We have a very big Mangalacharan, which I'll show in the last day of the session. So later part, actually, we chant the full Mangalacharan. This, to save the time, we have reduced it. Okay. So let us show our gratitude and thanks to His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanavinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. So in the yesterday's chapter, 4th chapter, what did we see? So the transcendental knowledge, the decisions that we take when we have this transcendental knowledge. So in that eternal knowledge we saw, so who can acquire? It is who be like Arjuna. Arjuna was the friend and a devotee of the Lord. Till then we don't become the devotee of the Lord. We may not be able to understand this knowledge. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yamanyasmi tattvata. Very clear it is. Then this knowledge should come from Guru Parampara. That is a spiritual master giving this knowledge to a qualified disciple. Not everyone. There are hundreds and thousands of disciples will be for a guru, but only few gets qualified. Whose, what I can say, the frequency of the guru and the disciple matches there. Then only this knowledge passes unto him. I can give the example of a radio. When there is a song being played in some frequency, for example, 91.1 or something, you keep the same frequency, you can hear the same song. But when it is something like 91.5 or 92, even a small degree, when it changes, you cannot hear it properly. Yes, sometimes you can hear a song, but it'll be like without clarity, isn't it? Yes. So that is how our life becomes perfection. Now we are completely away from that frequency. We may not be able to understand what is it, nothing. Then we are going near to the frequency, we'll be able to understand, but still not so clear. When we completely surrender to the Guru, that is the last one. So tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshayati te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. We'll be able to understand the realized knowledge. Okay. Yes. Then accurate understanding we do. That is, what about the caste system, the varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, we understood. And whatever we do, not that we are going to get the same results. Destination may not be the same. It depends on how we surrender to the Lord, we get the same results. Etamam prapaddanse, tam satai bhajami. Then reactionless, the karmas we saw. What do you mean by karma? What is akarma and what is vikarma? Then finally, surrender to Guru. So only by surrendering to Guru, we'll be able to understand all the other things, how to lead our life in a perfection state. Clear? Okay, in today's chapter, what I'm going to see, we'll be saying stay in that world. How should we stay in this world? Then three doers, equal vision, and peace. There's a formula to be peaceful. So, what is that formula today we are going to see? And stay in this world. How to stay in this world? So, as usual, we'll start with a small story. It's very short story, but it gives a good message to us. Hmm? So, once there was a devotee of the Lord. He used to pray every day to the Lord. Some or the other, take me away from this poverty-stricken life. So he was struggling. Actually, he was a farmer. He was cultivating some vegetables and some greeny leaves, something like this. And every day he used to go to the market, sell the vegetables, everything, and he used to lead his life. This is what his life. He did not had anything for next day. So if he works for that day, he'll get the food. Otherwise, no. That was his condition. So every day he used to request the Lord, please see that I'll become rich. I shouldn't suffer in this way. Okay. So the Lord also was pleased by his prayers. So he ordered Lakshmi Devi, please go and show your mercy to him. Then the next day, my goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, she came with 10 gold coins. So she kept on the way of this devotee from the house to the land. Because anyway, in the morning he'll come out, so he can pick the coins. She kept one near the door and little far one more and little far one more. And till the land she had kept 10 gold coins. So early morning, just as usual, going for the work, he just opened the door. As soon as he opened the door, he saw a gold coin. Just imagine one gold biscuit, like just taking that, he felt, oh, that's it. Then my life is happiest life. I'll be happily leading this life. I don't need to suffer anything. Then he went further, friend. He saw the second gold coin. And he was even more happy. He's thinking that, oh, second gold coin. That means my whole life there is no need to work. What? My whole life I can sit and eat and be happy. Then he went a little further. Got the third gold coin. Oh, just think, there's no limits to his happiness. He felt, oh, three gold coins. That means my son, my grandchildren, everyone can sit and eat. There is no need to work. We'll be away from this hard workship. In this way, he was so happy, jumping and enjoying. Then he went a little further. He got the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, tenth. He collected all the 10 gold coins. How happy he should be in his life. Now the question arises, was he happy? How do you all think? He was happy? No. The whole life he was suffering like anything in search of the 11th gold coin. Do you think that he will get that 11th gold coin? Never. Why? Because Lakshmi Devi had kept only 10 gold coins, not the 11th. So whose story is this? This is our story. Lord has given what we need. He has provided everything. But we are suffering as this ignorant person, searching for the 11th gold coin, which the Lord has not given to us. Clear? So we can be the happiest people just having this knowledge. What is a need to me is Lord has been provided. We have wonderful family, parents, children, husband, wife, all kinds we have. But what are we doing? We are searching for which we don't get. We always, for example, there is a couple, husband and wife. Always the husband says, see the neighbor's wife, how she is. She's going to work. She's doing all household work. Oh, so many things. But he's not satisfied with his wife. And the same thing happens with the wife. She says, see, that person is earning so much. This person is doing that, but you're useless. We are not satisfied what we get. And even in the relationship of parents and child, so the father works hard, he gets a new brand cycle, new good cycle to the son. He says, what kind of a father are you? All my friends are coming in bikes, but you're getting me a cycle. You don't have any gratitude for that. And the same way, even the father also. The son will be studying well, or something to his intelligence he'll be studying. But always you'll see others and see your friend is coming first class. You're a useless person. You don't study well. That means whichever the relationship or whatever in the situation, whatever we get, we are not satisfied with it. We need something else which I cannot achieve. So how can I be happy in my life? Never. Because the 11th coin is not there in your life. And how much ever you suffer for a whole life, you cannot achieve it because it is not there in your life. The neighbor's wife cannot become your wife. So it never happen. So you should be satisfied with your wife, whatever kind of this thing is. See, to my karma, I've got my wife or husband, parents, whomever. So my karma, I've got it. I should be happy. This is how you can lead a happiest life in your whole life will be very happy. That is what stay in the world. We should understand how to stay in this world. Clear? Yes. Let us go for that. STEP step. In the world, 3 doors and equal vision and peace for all. So it has come as 3 doors, actually 3 doers it is. Okay. Then stay in the world. It is first 12 verses Krishna speaks about it. And now you can see, I've just put it in a chat. And what is this? Work in devotion and renunciation. So what is renunciation? So in the 3rd chapter itself, we saw about renunciation. There are 2 kinds of renunciation. What is that? False renunciation and real. It is not about a real renunciation. It is about false renunciation. Who takes up this? The jnanis and yogis who are having this knowledge of scriptures, many without having a guru, without having a proper guidance, when they take up the same Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, spiritual knowledge, we think, oh, this material world is binding me. So what should I do? I should give up. I should stop doing my activities. I should give up this. I should give up that. So what happens in their life? But devotion is not that. Bhakti teaches us how to engage everything in the Lord's service. You can see the difference in this. Allows us to act from our eternal position. Actually, we are always active. The soul is active. So we'll be in our constitutional position, always serving the Lord. Jivera Sarupahai Krishnera Nityadas. We don't keep quiet. But a renunciant or a jnani or a yogi, what he does? Soul is active. So difficult position to maintain without doing. He does his meditation, closes eyes and sits in some place. Will you think that will happen? No, he cannot do that. It is against his nature. So he suffers while that, and the result is also not complete. Clear? And he purifies the heart because this a person who is in devotion, he purifies his heart by engaging in the Lord's service. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All our contaminations has been cleaned just by chanting Hare Krishna. Clear? And here, stopgap solution doesn't purify the heart. His heart doesn't get purified. Why? Because he's not engaging the senses. The senses are always active. So what is happening? The heart doesn't get purified and joyful process, senses engaged. Here, happily is enjoying once Prabhupada answers to one sadhu. He was meditating like this and he was having a very austere life. So not using anything for his sensibility. He thinks everything is a maya, everything binds me, so I shouldn't use anything. In this way, he was giving up everything. And Prabhupada laughed at him. Stop. You keep on doing your austerity and you keep on suffering here. Every day I eat gulab jamun and I'll go back to Godhead. Just by eating gulab jamun, I'll go back to Godhead. Why? That gulab jamun was offered to the Lord. It is Lord's Mahaprasadam. He's tasting it, he's enjoying it, and he's going back to Godhead. But what are you doing? Oh, yeah, this gulab jamun is Maya. It will bind me, so you're keeping it away. So that is foolishness without having proper knowledge. Many, not one. Among hundreds, 99 do the same thing. Because the very first fault that we do, we don't take the guidance of the spiritual master. We are not ready to accept our weaknesses. We don't go to a spiritual master and accept our weakness. This is what is my life. This is my position. How should I come out of this? We are not ready for that. Rather, we do hundreds of mistakes in our life. taking this Bhagavad, many austerity life we take, tapasya life, and you do everything, but you will never surrender to Guru. Till then, we don't surrender to Guru, we cannot get this transcendental knowledge. Clear? And for that, we cannot go to someone whomever we see and surrender unto him. No. I've already very clearly told what is the quality of a bona fide spiritual master. He should be a slave of his guru. I'm not even saying disciple, slave. He should take each and every word of his guru as orders, as scriptural orders. He had to implement in his life. That you can see in Srila Prabhupada's life, and you can see in our Guru Maharaj's life also. Whatever their spiritual master has ordered them, they take as life and soul to them, and they perform it. Clear? Yes, and this is complete renunciation, because he's completely is not attached to anything. This is a true renunciation, and this is incomplete renunciation, because it is a false renunciation. He is having everything in his heart. He is having the desire to do, but he is not doing it, thinking that it will bind me. Sometimes have you seen some people do Mauna Vrata? They'll not speak for the whole day. Many, especially many Matajis do this. Every Tuesday, Mauna Vrata, every Friday, Mauna Vrata, something like that. So what happens? Small story to this. Once there was a sadhu. So he was saying that all the activities, even what we speak, bind us. So he was thinking that whatever I'm speaking or what I am doing, it is binding me. So let us do Mauna Vrata. For the whole day, he was Mauna Vrata. So one person came, he asked something for him. So what did he do? He took a paper and he wrote in that paper and he just showed him. Okay. Later part, what he did, he just folded that paper and threw it in the dustbin. And that dustbin was filled with these papers. Did you understand? From morning, what is he doing? Whoever is asking anything is writing in that paper, is folding and putting in the dustbin. That means from the morning, internally speaking, but externally doesn't want to speak, so it will bind him. No, that is not the way. But Prabhupada says the whole day you speak about Krishna, you speak about Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. What is going to bind you? More than binding, it is liberating you. So here, complete renunciation, because there is nothing called like me, mine and me, I, nothing like that, because it is all Krishna. But here, this person, what is he doing? So thinking that this is renunciation, almost is binding himself, even without speaking also he is binding himself. Clear? Then quickly attain the supreme. Here takes many births. It takes many births. Krishna says, Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan ma prapadyate. Bahunam janmanam. Many lifetimes a jnani takes to understand Krishna. But a devotee, very quickly, in one life, he'll be able to understand, because it develops the relationship with the Lord by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and offering to the Lord. Every day, the Lord expects that you'll be giving some milk and fruit. So every day, going, speaking to the Lord and offering him that milk and fruit. And then, as Mahaprasham, the bhava, the consciousness that gets purified. Clear? So a devotee very happily goes back to Godhead, but a jnani or a yogi suffers here, even doing so much of austerity in his life. Clear? It's a simple thing. Activities, how it's binding us and how it is liberating. The same activity is binding and liberating us. Now we can see here, one more point comes here. How to act in karma yoga. Work becomes yoga or worship. Work becomes as yoga or worship. What is this? Yes, somebody says, work is God. You can see even in our Vidhan Soda, what it has been written. Government work is God's work. Do you really think this? But actually it is fact, yes. But the people who are sitting there are not qualified to make that as a God's work. Selfless service. Selfless service is the God's service. So when we get attached to our work, it cannot be God's work. Clear? Yes. Keeping mind and senses under control. Not getting attached. Mind and senses are control. Act without attachment. No desire for results. That is what is said as karmanyevadhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana ma karma phalayatagur sangustam karmani. You do your activities. Yes, definitely you're responsible for that. For all your activities being in any position, let it be father, mother, or husband, wife, son, daughter, in whichever your position, or in some office or somewhere you are as a clerk or a supervisor, as a manager, whatever the position you are, you are responsible to do your work, but not for the results. Results are given by the Lord. So it has to be offered. Whatever you get out of it, you have to give it to the Lord. In those days, people were naturally into it. So because I've experienced so many things. When I was young, many people used to come for work. So there is some cleaning work, or we had many trees and plants. So the cleaning part, all those things has to be done. In the morning they'll come. So is there any work? Yes, we'll say this is the thing work. You have to cut this tree and you have to clean everything. They do everything, and we feed them also. They eat. They pressure them at afternoon or morning. Everything they take pressure them everything. And the end of the day, so all the work is done. So we'll ask how much to pay. He says, your wish. He says, your wish. I have done my part. I have done my job. This is my duty. I have done it. And now paying is your duty. How much Lord inspires you, you can pay that. See the meaning of it, or the conscious of that person is a laborer, but still is not attached to the results. But today, what has happened? You go to any labor, even for the smallest of the small work. There's a plumbing work, something it is leaking. You go and ask him, please come and fix it. How much will it be? 1,000? Arey Baba, 1,000 rupees. Why? Just for few minutes. No, I'm not going to come. Isn't it? They want to take more than what they are doing. This is selfish. We are away from the real knowledge. We don't know what is binding us, what kind of activities are binding us. So in ignorance, we all become selfish. In those days, they were selfless. Every house, we can see there is a water pot outside and there's a glass. Whoever passes on the street, they can, when they are thirsty, they can have some water. See the consciousness. And they used to keep some mud pot which is broken on the terrace for the birds to drink water. And some used to put some grain so that some birds can live. And even in front of their house, they used to put a rangoli of rice flour so that some ants or anything let them eat in. So selfless, the thinking itself was selfless. But today, all selfish things. How should I snatch? How should I take everything? That's it. This is how we are getting binded in this material. There's so many examples which I can say. In those days, fine, let me go. Otherwise, no time if I keep on saying this. Act with body, mind, and senses only for the purpose of purification. Yes, definitely we do our responsibility work because we want to get purified. The same actions make us purified. See, karma you can think as a knife. The same knife can save a life of a person and kill a person. You can give to some, what I can say, some mischievous person or for a murderer. What he does with that knife, he just stabs someone, he'll kill him. The same knife you give to a doctor. Somebody comes with a life and death situation. He just cuts the same thing. He puts the stitches and he saves his life. Life is the same, but how are we utilizing it? Clear? Yes. See, Brahmane adhaya karmani sangam tektva karoti yaha ityatena sapapena padmapatram vivambasa. One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful actions, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. Can you see this lotus leaves on the water? See the drops of water? It is unattached. But where is it staying? It's staying on the water. This is how. This is life to understand. We have to live in this material world. And we can see right around us only sense gratification, isn't it? Everything, whatever we see, we need it. That is our consciousness. But actually, we should be unattached to all. Whatever. See, the lotus leaf is still on the water. The same way in this material world we are living, but we should be unattached. And that unattachment comes by higher taste. So Krishna says in the second chapter itself, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina harasovarjam rasopasya param drishtva nivartate. When we have higher taste, this material things becomes tasteless. There's no need for us because we are tasting the spiritual thing, the spiritual life. We are tasting the prasadam of the Lord. So all the material things which is not offered to the Lord becomes tasteless. And we are chanting the holy names of the Lord, the sweet names of the Lord. All the material words, the speaking, everything becomes tasteless. Otherwise, from morning to night, we'll be screaming like anything about that, this. Whole day we'll be speaking, isn't it? Yes. But once we become a devotee, automatically when engage ourselves in the Lord's service, we'll not have any material taste because we are engaging ourselves in the higher taste. And one more thing, and this here Krishna says, performer is unaffected by sinful action. He is dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. A person who does in such kind of work, then attain peace, no anxiety over the results. And one more thing, for the purpose of the Lord, you can do anything just to please the Lord. Any kind of work you are doing, if you just engage devotile, we say that, devotiling towards the Lord, it becomes spiritual. It will not bind you. I'll say a small story to get more into the message is very clear here. And this is not a story. This is an incident which happened in Tamil Nadu. The state of Tamil Nadu. There is a temple by name Kalvar Perumal. So the supreme lord for thieves is the lord of thieves. So why did that temple come and how did it come? Oh, there was a person and he was a thief. He used to go and thief, and sometimes he'll go to the Lord and he'll pray to him. Krishna, my dear Krishna, please see that this time I'll not get caught somewhere. I'll want to go steal and come. Definitely, I'll pay your share. And on that day, he went, the very first day. He was very happily, he stole everything from a house. Everyone was sleeping. He made some sound also, nobody woke up. Oh, he stole everything very happily, very easily, he stole everything. And he felt, oh, Krishna is saving me. He's protecting me in all that. For what he did, exactly 50%. What I have stolen, he made it 50% and gave to the Lord. The next day, he goes to the Lord. My dear Lord, I'm going to the next house of that. Number 22, house number 22, I'm going today. Please say that I don't get caught there. You'll go there on that day also. All the household people who are there, they were sleeping well. He went very easily, stole everything. And now he's so happy. Oh, Lord is supporting me for this. So on that day also, 50% exactly he made and he offered to the Lord. And this went on for days. And this complaint is going to the king. And the king is saying, "Arey, what is this? It's a small place and I'm not able to control the thief." Then on that day, next day, he ordered all the soldiers. So in every street, there should be 4 to 5 people who are standing. All the soldiers, they are guarding the whole night so that there shouldn't be any robbery. So on that day also, our thief goes to the Lord and he prays, my dear Lord, today I'm going to the number 30 house. You see that somehow I don't get caught. On the road which he is going, all the soldiers who are standing, they'll feel to sleep and they start sleeping. He'll go to the house number 30, very easily he steals everything, he'll come back. And the next day, once again, the result goes. And there's a complaint to the Lord, complaint to the king that once again the thief has come and is stolen. That king, he was bewildered by seeing this. How come? I cannot stop one thief. How could I protect my kingdom? So he felt this is not good. Finally went to the Lord. He took a vow. My dear Lord, if tomorrow I'm not able to catch this thief, I'm going to sacrifice myself to the fire. I'm going to enter the fire. Because what is the use of being a king, not able to protect my subjects? So in this way, he prayed to the Lord. He took the vow and went. The next day, our dear thief is coming to the Lord and saying, my dear Lord, I'm going to the next house now. I'm going to steal there. Please protect me. Now, should the Lord do? Both are in a reverse desires here. So on that day he went. On that day also, everyone is sleeping. Very happily he went. He stole everything, came back, gave 50% to the Lord. He is coming happily sleeping. But next morning, what happened? The king has taken a vow that he is going to enter the fire. But he is also a great devotee of the Lord. And later part, there is a big sound. Everyone are rushing on the streets. He woke up. Our thief's duty is night duty, no? He'll wake up late. He's seeing that everyone are running towards the temple or towards the kingdom, like the palace. And he woke up and he came out. What happened? What happened? Everyone is saying, happily they're saying, oh, the thief has been caught. Today, king is going to punish him. Oh, is it? I'm the only thief in this whole kingdom. Who else is there that to be get caught? Let me go and see, check. He'll go there, casually, he'll go there. And he will see a person is been tied to a pillar. And the king is sitting there to punish him. Who was that person? His partner. Who was that? The Supreme Lord. So many days they were doing this partnership of the. So the Lord is standing there and Lord has been tied. Seeing that, just imagine how this thief's position might have been. He ran to the king. He's catching his feet and he's saying, my dear king, whom are you punishing? The real thief, it's me. Please punish me, not that person whom you. And king is getting confused. Arre Baba, I've taken a vow that I'll go to the fire. Somehow I got a thief now. Why you wanted to disturb me? You get lost. Anyhow, you got the thief. He's saying, no, he is not the thief. He is the Supreme Lord. What is this? How can he be a Supreme Lord? Everyone turns towards the pillar and says, there's a pillar, there's a rope, but the Lord disappeared. Whole village, the whole kingdom was surprised to see this. Finally, the king realized what a great devotee this person is. Being a thief, he has won the heart of the Lord. It's not so easy, you know. Then what did he do? He gave half of his wealth to this thief. What did he do? He built a wonderful temple out of that money. And he named it Kalvar Permal. That is the Lord of the Thieves. So today also you can go and see that temple. Why I'm saying this story? So we no, no, we cannot become thieves. Oh, even thief is the Lord is helping, so we also can become thief. No. Whatever he is doing. So here you should know all our activities should be surrendered to the Lord. It should be offered to the Lord. Clear? Yes, Arjuna pondered. Now, how can I be detached from actions performed by me? Now, Arjuna is thinking, how can I do that? Are we all also thinking in the same way? Yes, take up Bhagavad Gita, engage ourselves dedicatedly, determinedly. Definitely we'll get the answers. Exactly at by 5:30, come turn on the videos, sit, try to hear and understand what is it. Try to implement in the life as much as possible. Definitely you'll be able to see the results. Clear? And the next topic is three doers. Soul. So who are all the three doers and what is how they are doing it? First thing is the soul. It's me. So what I'm doing it here, I'm just desiring. So I cannot do anything. It is the Prakriti or the three modes or Maya which is doing. What do? I only have a desire. That is the only qualification of the quality which I have. I cannot do here. For example, now I'm taking this mobile and keeping it here. Did I take this mobile and keep? You all might be thinking, yes, no. I did not do that. Actually, I had a desire to take this mobile and keep. And it is Prakriti because my body is doing this. Bhumira punala vayu kammana buddhi revacha ahankara ityame binna prakriti. He'll come for the seventh chapter, you'll understand this. So this is all body is made out of this 8 elements. And that 8 elements is separated from the Lord. And it is called as Prakriti. Very clear. And that Prakriti is doing this. My body is doing this because I had a desire. Okay, by having desire, can Prakriti do this? In the middle, there's one more person. Who's that? The super soul. He sanctions. When I have a desire, he orders the Prakriti, the material nature, to do that action. I had a desire to lift this mobile, and within the super soul is ordering the Prakriti, yes, you do this, then he takes and keeps. So, whatever our desires is fulfilled by the material nature on the order of the Supreme Lord by my desire because I have desired for it. And the result, it goes only to the soul, not to the Supreme Lord, not to Prakriti or material nature. Why? Because that action is happening because of my desire. Understood? So, in this way, every action happens. Anything which we are doing. That's why in olden days we can see they used to say, "Arre, please unnecessarily don't have desires. Don't keep on saying unnecessary things in your mouth. They are tatastu devatas. They'll say tatastu and that might happen. Even when you are scolding someone, we are cursing someone, something we say. Simple things. For example, now we think about some relationship of parents and children. So, mother, she is alone and a son is troubling her very much, or something is happening. So she will curse or she will say, for 7 lifetimes, I don't need any children. I don't need any child. I have such kind of a child. I don't need any child in my lifetime. So she's having a desire for 7 lives. She shouldn't have any child. What happens in her next life? She'll not have a child. Then she'll go to all the temples, everyone praying to the Lord, give me a child, give me a child, I need a child. After 7 lives, and once again, because she was asking this desire of having a child, she'll get the child. Once again, it's a repetition. When she is experiencing some bad things, once again, she will say, I don't need a child. This is how we are experiencing millions of lives because now we desire certain things. And when we achieve that, we don't desire. We have got our parents, our, what I can say, spouse or children, whomever, based on my desires. But now, when we have got that, we don't have any interest in it. So now we need something else. So this is how we are having so many desires, which is binding us, and we are just the life after life. We are taking so many lifetimes just to fulfill our desires. In one nutshell, you can see here Jiva, Ishvara, Prakriti. Here, Jiva, that is we, desires, Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, based on karma credit. What credit I have? Based on that, he orders Prakriti, and Prakriti performs action. Clear? And now, one question: whatever we desire, will everything be fulfilled? Definitely, yes. Yes. So now I have a desire that I should become a Bill Gates. I should become the richest person of the world. Can I become? Yes, you can become. Based on our karma credit, it takes many lifetimes. It takes many lifetimes. Here, Jiva becomes temporarily happy, but desire is not satisfied. We saw this karma, lust. Lust cannot be satisfied. So desires cannot be satisfied. So he wants more, he wants better. In this way, he keeps on going on and on and on and on. Finally, when the Lord rejects his karma based on his karmic credits, he gets frustrated. Jiva desires, Ishvara rejects based on karma result. But now I said, all our desires will be fulfilled. Yes, definitely it will be fulfilled. But you need punya for that. You have many desires. For that, you need some other karma also to be done. And that takes many, many lifetimes. Let's say a small story to understand this better. Not a story, this is a pastime in Mahabharata. After this all Kurukshetra battle, yeah, Dhritarashtra comes to Krishna. He asks Krishna, my dear Krishna, why is this happening to me? I had 100 sons. Duryodhana was elder and many sons. 100 sons I had. All the 100 children have been killed today. And why am I suffering like this? Krishna said, that's your karma. So 50 lifetimes previous to your life, 50 lifetimes, you were a hunter. So once in the forest when you were going, there was a tiger which was chasing you. In a fear, you just climbed one tree. But the tiger for the whole night, it was waiting below the tree. And what did you were doing? So sitting on the tree, just for your time pass, there was two birds, mother father birds, and it had 100 kittens or whatever you call it as small birds. 100 it had, and you were troubling the birds, and the bird came to avoid. You caught hold of that bird and pricked its eyes. You made the birds blind, and for your time pass for the whole night, you were just cutting the throat of the small birds. And helplessly, the parents, the mother bird and the father bird, were screaming and crying. It was able to feel the pain of the child. It is crying for its pain, for the death pain. And these birds were suffering like anything. Because of that, today you are suffering the same way. You are blind, you cannot see what is happening, anything. But you can experience the pain that all your children have been killed. Clear? And Dhritarashtra started crying. So what a foolish I was, what activity I have done. Then finally he understood, yes, okay, Krishna, I understood it. All my karma which is happening. But why did I take 50 lifetimes? See, Krishna said, before 50 lifetimes, you were a hunter, and this is what happened. But why did I take 50 lifetimes? Why not in the next lifetime? Then Krishna answers him. So you were committed a mistake, you made a karma, but you need punya for that. That means you not had a punya of having 100 children. That 50 lifetimes you took to achieve that punya, to accumulate that punya, and now you have the punya to get 100 children. You got 100 children, and that karma is being executed now. You're able to understand? So, in this way, we also might have many desires, which is our karma, it is beyond our karma credit. We might take hundreds of lifetimes to accumulate that credit, then we might fulfill. So, in this way, just one desire leads to hundreds of lifetimes. So, this is Bhagavad Gita to you. Should be very careful before desiring. Is it really there is? That's why in the very beginning I said, when there is a desire coming to you, first thing you should have the knowledge whether I need it or no. Definitely there's a need and you are able to achieve it. Yes, you can take it. If it's not, just give it up. Or else it will transform to lust and it will make you to get binded to hundreds of lifetimes. Clear? Yes. Desire, the culprit. The real enemy of us is lust. We saw in yesterday's thing, yesterday before yesterday class, and today you can say that desire is the real culprit. How to purify desires? Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasapasya param drishtva nivartate, by tasting the higher taste, that is spiritual life. Clear? Engage yourself in chanting, reading, and devotional activities. Automatically, you will overcome your desires. The material desires which is binding you, you can easily overcome it. Without engaging in spiritual life, you can never give up. You cannot become a yogi or a jnani and try to do that. You are getting binded more. So become a devotee. Start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and start offering to the Lord. These two activities is sufficient for a whole life till our last breath. If we do these two things, it is sufficient. We'll be the best devotees because by that time we'll have a strong relationship with the Lord. Every day offering is not a joke, building, developing such a good relationship with the Lord and chanting Hare Krishna, waking up early morning and doing it is your based on your endeavor. Yetamam prapadas, how much you are surrendering to the Lord gets pleased so much and He will show His mercy accordingly. Not that I'm saying you'll do, and else I'm saying and I'm not doing. So I'll not get the result. Only thing a person who does, he gets the results. Clear? Okay. Now Krishna is saying, Nadate kasyachit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhum ajnana ag, ajnanena vratam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. Nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone sinful or pious activities. Embodied beings, however, are bewildered because of the ignorance which covers their real knowledge. The real knowledge has been covered by their desires. That is ignorance. I don't need that, but I have so many desires. Yesterday we saw the lust covering so many layers. It makes us complete ignorant. So we are missed out with our real knowledge that who am I, what should I do? Clear? We are part and parcel of the Lord. So we are eternal servants of the Lord. And our prime duty is to serve the Lord. That's why in those days, the whole life they used to sacrifice their whole life in the Lord's service. That was the complete. But today we are very smart. We think that satisfying my senses is more greater. We are getting binded more and more. Clear? And Krishna here says another equal vision. How to have the equal vision? Vidya vinaya sampanya brahmani gavihastini shuni chaiva shapaki cha pandita samadarshinaha. Vidya. Vidya means knowledge. How could you recognize a person is with knowledge? Vidya. Vinaya sampanya is humble. A person who is with full knowledge will be in complete humility. Because you can see the nature's law also. When there is a tree and when there is a fruit which is very raw, you can see a mango, raw mango, it will be standing, the stem will be just standing like. When it gets ripened, it starts bending itself. Clear? Yes. Vidya, when the knowledge gets ripened, we become humble. And today's knowledge, what it is giving? Is it giving humbleness to us? It is making us arrogant, isn't it? Everyone are puffed up with their knowledge, with their material knowledge, thinking that I have done this education, I am the PhD, I am graduate, I am that, I am this, so many things. So this is what is our education teaching. How can this can be an education? This is actually in science making taking us to ignorance. Actual knowledge makes us humble. Once you go enter the knowledge, you'll understand, oh, it is so huge. I have become so insignificant in front of this. And the more knowledge you get, you can see a wider vision and you'll think, oh, so much is there to know more. That means I have become more insignificant. You become more and more humble. But material knowledge is of not such kind. Material knowledge makes you to get puffed up and which is reverse to that reality. That is unreal life. In those days, Gurukula was there. They used to teach in a proper way. But today, what is happening? And today's knowledge is nowhere related to me. It is nowhere related to us. Is there any use in the science, mathematics, or social, whichever we are studying? What for is it? Arey Baba, I am a spirit soul. What is the use for me then? I'll say a small story to understand. How is our education, our school or college educations? So once there was a gatheration in India. So all the scientists were gathered in a resort in middle of a forest. So there was a big boat arranged. So all the scientists from all over the world they came. So they all went in that boat and the boat went to the resort. So one scientist came little delayed and he saw the boat has been missed. So there was a small boat. So he requested that person, can you drop me to that resort? I said, okay, you pay money, I can drop you. We went in that small boat, they were going. And this scientist is a great scientist. So he saw the trees. It was all Ayurvedic, all medicinal trees. Oh, such a wonderful trees in this forest. Nowhere I have seen in the whole world. He asked this boatman, do you know about this trees? It is such a, what I can say, valuable medicinal things are there. This boatman said, I don't know, sir. I don't know about this. You don't know? Hare Baba, 25% of your life has been spoiled. What? You lost your 25% of life because you don't know about these medicines. Okay. Then he went a little further. There was a big mountain which was shining. And he saw that mountain. He said, wow, what a great mountain is this? It's full of granites, and there might be some diamonds in this mountain. Do you know this? This boat person, what will he know? He said, no, sir, I don't know. Oh, you know this also? That means 50% of your life has been spoiled. You lost your 50%. He's thinking, what is this? If I don't know about the trees, I don't know about the mountains. He's saying, my life has been wasted 50%. How can this can happen? And once again, he went a little further. And on the water, he was able to see some oily thing. And it is called as medicinal thaila. And he said, oh my God, what a precious thaila is this? Precious oil is this? You know about this? This boatman said, no, sir, I don't know about this. You don't know even this also. That means 75% of your life has been lost. Are Baba, before I drop him to the resort, I think he's making my 100% of life has been lost now. He's thinking, going middle, what happened? There was a strong wind. And the boat, it is a small boat, it is rotating. It cannot move further. Then this person, boat person, he said, my dear sir, it is going to sink now. The boat is going to sink. You know, he was swimming. What? Swimming. He said, no. You don't know swimming. 100% of your life has been lost. He just dived into the water, he just swam and went to the shore. But this person, he knows about the Ayurvedic trees and medicinal things, the mountain, the this, everything he know. What happened? He sank into the water and he died. This is today's education. You know about science, you know about social, you know about politics, that, this, everything. But we don't know about ourselves. How to escape from this Bhavasagar, the ocean of birth and death. We don't have that knowledge. What's the use of learning so many things years together? With foolish mentality, we learn something. But what is the use? Is anything applying to our life? This is our material life. I see, I'm not against this material education, but it is not complete. Yes, that is required for our living, day to day living, something you get educated and you go, you work for it and you earn for it and you lead your body. Bodies you need for that, yes, fine. But that is not complete. But foolishly we think that is complete knowledge. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is the complete knowledge. Makes you to understand who are you, what is your life, how should you lead your life. Clear? Yes. Once we have this knowledge, what is the result? Brahmanega vihasta nishunicha vichpakicha. Pandita Samadarshana, you will become a Pandita and your vision changes. You will be able to see everyone in a brotherhood. Each and every, not only human beings. Today, United States is making some this thing so that everyone should be peaceful. Will that happen? No. For example, you take on 10 dogs, keep in a room and make the dogs be very silent. You don't bark. Will that happen? It starts quarreling each other and it will be barking. So you take 10 countries and keep in one place, you be very peaceful. It will never happen without giving knowledge. Giving Bhagavad Gita knowledge, he'll become automatically he'll be peaceful. You're able to understand this? So here, what is happening? A Pandita can see a Brahmana, see the humble sage by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater outcast in an equal. Because what is he seeing? He is seeing the Paramatma, the super soul within each and every living entity. So he's accepting everyone. That is what makes us brotherhood. Equal vision. Equal vision. You can see everyone in equal. So what happens? Our consciousness gets purified, becomes equal in happiness and distress. Natural, tolerant. You know very well this is happening because of my karmic reactions, and you will never suffer. Now you're poverty, or you don't have a beautiful body, or you're not completely knowledge, you're not intelligent. You'll be happy then. What has Lord given me according to my karma? I'm happy with it. You cannot expect to have something else which is not in your life. Clear? Yes, this is called duplicity. That is what we are living now. We are living a life of duplicity, which is not my real life, showing my different face to others. Clear? This is our main suffering, miserable life. Clear? So genuine kindness you get by this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, within and without. Give up unrealistic expectation from himself and others. Peaceful existence. You don't expect much, many things by your wife, by your children, husband, whomever. You accept, easily you accept him. Because this is my Mahaprasadam from the Lord. My wife or my son, whomever I am getting. It's a prasad from the Lord. Happily, Lord, you have given me this. I'll be very happy with it. I have a small old bike. Oh, wonderful. Lord has given me. I'll be happy. I'll not think that which I don't have, which I'm not able to achieve. Clear. Equal vision on others also. Brotherhood, a real brotherhood. You can see all the animals. One father. There's only one father. Who is that? Lord Krishna. All are his children. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murte samavtasam mahadryonir aham bija pradapita. Krishna says, I am the seed giving father for all the living entities. Sarva bhuta. All the living entities. I am the father. So we are only one father. It is Krishna. So whoever is sitting here, we are all brothers and sisters. That's it. Not only we, not only human beings, even animals. And today you can see there's so many slaughterhouses killing so many animals for our taste. The 3-inch tongue, so many animals have been killed. Will the Lord be happy by this? For example, you just think you have a father and there is 4 children. You'll go to the father and say this, see this younger son of you is weak. So let him kill him. Will the father be happy? Yes, yes, he's useless person. You kill him. Will he say? No, rather he'll give more protection to that son. The same way, the chickens or the goat or whatever we cut, even nowadays, even the cows. So it is helpless. So you go to the Lord and say that, oh, I'm killing this animal because it cannot protect itself. Will the Lord be happy with it? Why will he be? See, we are not without with our lack of knowledge, what is all happening here. So real brotherhood develops by Bhagavad Gita. and perceives everyone as temple of the Lord. Everyone, in those days, whomever they say, they used to say namaskar, holding their hands. Why is that? They're not giving the respect to that person. Actually, they're giving respect to the Lord who are within their heart. They were able to see that. Clear? Yes, and the peace formula, what is it? Bhoktaram yagnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shantim richyati. Bhoktaram yagnatapasam. Bhoktaram means enjoyer. It is only the Supreme Lord Krishna. And Prabhupada very clearly makes this for us to understand. He used the example of a tree. Tree, you can see, for example, you have a plant in your house, it is getting dried up. All the leaves are getting dried. What will you do? Oh, the tree is getting dried. You take some water and put on the leaves because the leaves are getting dried. No, rather, what you do? Give the water to the root. When you give the water to the root, even all the leaves get nourished. The Lord is served, the whole creation gets nourished. I am part of that creation. I alone cannot be nourished. That comes only through Lord. Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. When you want to be happy, you have to serve the Lord. This is peaceful formula. The formula to you how to be peaceful. To understand this, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam is the only enjoyer. When you serve the Lord, only you get happiness. So in Kannada also it says, what Atmada Ananda Paramatmana Seveyalli. So soul's happiness rests in the service of the super soul. Till then we don't serve the Lord, we cannot be happy. See, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam is a real happiness. You can see the pastime of Vrindavan, where the boys they used to feed Krishna everything. They used to give Krishna. Why? Whatever you give to Krishna, it comes back millions of times, not double. It comes millions of times. Offering one glass of milk, one fruit to the Lord. Many lifetimes hunger has been, what I can say, taken out from our life. Just offering to the Lord. A small pastime in Vrindavan it comes, where there was one lady. Every day she used to get the fruits to Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj used to give in return some grains and used to collect the fruits. On that day, nobody were there in the house and she came. And Krishna wanted the fruits. He was a very small boy. He took some grains in his hands. He ran towards this lady. On the way, also, all the grains were falling down. He went there. He opened his hand. Only two grains, some grains were there. And she was so lovingly, she took that two grains and she filled his whole hands with all the fruits. My dear boy, you need these fruits you take. She gave everything, emptied her basket. She kept on the head and she was just going towards her house. On the way, what happened? She felt the basket is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. She was not able to carry also. She had kept it down and saw the basket was filled with jewels, ruby, diamonds, all precious stones. So she gave only some fruits to the Lord, and millions of times it came in return. So we are foolish of this. We don't have this knowledge. We are ignorant. We wanted to be selfish, take everything to ourselves. Nothing else. We are all just suffering like anything. You give to the Lord. The more you give, you get millions of times more you get. Clear? In those days, that's why everyone were selflessly doing the services because they were able to realize the happiness. They were very much knowledgeable than us. So actually, their knowledge was in their blood. Automatically, by their ancestors, it used to come to them. But the degradation started, and we see our parents, they are getting degraded. To some 10% they get degraded. I'll get 20% degraded. My son gets 50% degraded. And one day, as we are now, we all become atheist. Thinking that is really there is God. No, nothing. I cannot see any God here. No. See, automatically sun is rising, is coming. Everything is happening automatically. There's no God. So this is our foolishness. Clear? Next, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Sarvaloka. There are millions and millions of universes. I think yesterday I was showing that Goloka chat also I felt. Isn't it? Ah, can you see this? Right here. Is it visible? Yes. Yes. You can see here. What is this golden balls? Millions and universes. This is our universe, and this are millions of universes. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Sarva Loka, all the lokas, and there are many spiritual world also here, Vaikuntha lokas, and he is the master. It is Krishna Loka Vrindam. Krishna says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Are you able to see this? That's why he said, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. You be in any part of the world, anywhere you serve the Lord, even being as a small ant, you are being taken care of. Whomever you are, wherever you serve the Lord. Even little bit you do, millions of times it comes written. There's a story of Draupadi, you know that? In the assembly of Kurus, they thought of removing her sari, disrobing her. What happened? Nobody were there to protect her. She had very powerful husbands, not one husband, five husbands. Sometimes we have some little bit of confidence in our husband or with our father. Oh, my father will protect me. My husband will protect me. No way. She had five husbands, and they were great, what I can say, personalities sitting in that assembly. Bhishmacharya was there, Kripacharya was there, Dronacharya was there. So many great personalities. All are known as Dharmatmas. But nobody were able to help her. And the Dushasana, such a powerful Dushasana, he was just removing her sari, even all their husbands. You know that Bhima, having 10,000 elephants strength, even he was not able to do. He was binded, everyone binded with the words of that Duryodhana. Everyone thought now going and protecting is a sinful act. But it was only Krishna who protected her. Why did he protect? You know the story behind that? So once there was Rajasuya Yagna in Indraprastha, where Yudhishthira Maharaj was doing this thing, Rajasuya Yagna, this Shishupala came and chastised Krishna. I mean, it's a big story. So what did Krishna do? He just took the Sudarshan Chakra and cut through this Shishupala. And Sudarshan Chakra, while coming back, he just had a small cut. One drop of blood came from his finger. And Draupadi was sitting, she's a queen now. She's sitting on the big throne and with a gorgeous sari, big sari. So wonderfully, she's sitting there, seeing the one drop of blood from Krishna's hand. From there, her heart broke. She ran from there. Oh, my dear brother, it is bleeding to you. She came, the new sari, precious sari. She tore that sari and she rotated to his finger. And Krishna blessed her. Each thread of this sari will become one sari and it will help you. Understood? Each thread of that small piece of sari, each thread will protect you as a sari. That's what happened in this assembly. So many saris came, and Dushasana even he felt fainted. He was not able to pull so many saris, So in this way, even little bit, one fruit offering to the Lord, many millions of our lifetimes will be saved. Just offering a glass of milk and fruit. But still we are eating sin. Till the ninth chapter, let it be the same. So still we are eating whatever other than that fruit and milk we are eating, it's only a sin. That's what Krishna said. Whatever you prepare for your sense gratification, eat, it's only a sin. Till then you don't offer to me. So you have to repent because our whole so many lifetimes or so much of our years or life you have eaten only sin. For this few days, nothing will happen because the repentance makes us to come out better, isn't it? Yes, but if you don't offer, no relationship. Even that milk and fruit will be binding you. Okay, now next. Suhrudam Sarvabhutanam is the only friend, the real friend. As I said, father, husband, nobody can protect us. Who can protect us our death? Is somebody coming along with us after our death? Are we sure that we are going to die? Some will be even in that delusion that I'll not die. That is called this Maya. It will make us to think that I'll not die. Everyone are dying. My grandfather dies, neighbor dies. My father also might die, but I will not die. That's why we're accumulating so much wealth so that for my this thing, millions of years I should be sustaining. Isn't it? This is called ignorance. No, after death, who is going to protect you or who is going to come with you? Nobody comes. It's only Krishna. He is always with us as Paramatma. Suhrutam Sarva Bhutanam. All the living entities. Suhrutam, I am the real friend of all the living entities. Is always with us. Whatever happens in our life is with us. Even if I take the form of a dog, he is with me. If I take the form of a hog, he is with me as Paramatma. He never gives. He is ready to accept at whatever condition or we. You can see this picture. This is the picture of Sudama. Once again, somebody is knocking the door. So this is a story of Sudama. You should see. He was such a what-is-taken person, and he brought that dry direction. So he brought that dry, what you call, chipped rice. So that chipped, yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So that chipped rice, and he was the king. Dwarka, he was the king of the Dwarka, and the chipped rice when he brought and he gave, he accepted it. What happened in result? The dry chipped, not even soaked. We all cannot eat that, but Krishna ate with with love because his dear friend has brought this. So he took that and he ate. What happened? Okay, it's a big story. So two mouths he ate, and third mouth when he was about to eat, Rukmini came and stopped. Who is Rukmini? Rukmini is goddess of fortune. She said, "No, please stop. That's sufficient. If you eat this third mouth, I personally should go to his house as a servant." Goddess of fortune, she has to go as a servant. Enough, what you have given to him is enough. And it was when Sudama did not give directly. When he went back to his old house. He was in a hut. He went there, was able to see a great palace, and his sons and his children and wife, they're gorgeously decorated with jewels, diamonds, everything. His wealth became like so many things. And many acharyas question here, why did not Lord give it directly to Sudama? Why he gave it indirectly? Because Krishna was ashamed to give. He was ashamed to give because he has given the chipped rice. What can stand equal to that chipped rice? Because he did not have the chip rice also. He was a beggar. He was very poverty stricken. So just to come and meet Krishna, he went to the neighbor's house, collected this chip rice, and he came and gave to Krishna. Now he's saying, the whole universe, whole creation is mine. Where will I go for begging to give to my friend? So the chipped rice, it is nothing. The whole creation cannot stand equal to that chipped rice. So how can I give directly? So he was ashamed. So he gave it indirectly without knowing to him. See, that is the nature of the Supreme Lord. When we start loving Him, we start giving something to the Lord, He feels so blissful and He makes us blissful by His presence. Clear? Yes. And finally, this is the peace formula. Nyatva mam shanti mrichyate. This gives us peace, the real happiness. You can see this Westerners. They accepted Krishna as the Supreme Lord. They started offering and they started chanting. You can see on the streets, they're least bothered who's watching them. They're least bothered. They're happily dancing, singing, because they took the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. Their life became blissful. Now, question is, what is our decision? What are we going to take in our life? Are we going to be like this happy? Or in the same old way, we'll be suffering with selfish mentality, me and mine, without accepting the Supreme Lord, being atheists. And we have our own kind of devotion. Take the bell, ring, and do some arti. That is only bhakti, nothing else. No. Bhakti means the love that you give to the Lord. Keeping the house, Krishna as the center point. Everyone as servants. Keeping an altar in the house, in the center of the house. Whenever you're going out, just give the obeisances to the Lord and go. Whenever you're coming, give the obeisances to the Lord because He is the boss. He's the head of the family. Give respects to Him. Manmana bhavat bhaktamadhyajamam namaskuru. That's what Krishna says. This is the real life. By this, we can be happy, can be peaceful. Clear? Yes. So the fifth chapter said gives much more knowledge to us how to stay in this world and who is doing the activities and how I am getting binded and equal vision. When we accept, when the real knowledge, Bhagavad Gita knowledge gives us a real vision Our vision changes. We are seeing with lusty desires, lusty vision. We saw in Bilomangal Thakur, where seeing any woman, you felt that lusty desire. So he was ready to take and prick his eyes and make it blind. Are we ready? So our eyes is having a lusty desire or lusty vision. Can we make ourselves blind? No. We are not to that level. But when we come to that level, anything which is binding me, which is lusty things, we just try to avoid. Whichever is lovable, which is pleasing to Krishna, you take up that activity, obviously will be blissful. That is the peace for me. Accepting the Lord as the Supreme Personality of God. Clear? So what is for tomorrow? Tomorrow is Dhyana Yoga. Many needs this. Hatha Yoga. Doing that yoga, this yoga, many yogas. No? Tomorrow we can see what is yoga. What is the meaning, the real meaning of yoga? Who is our enemy and friend? So what is the result of a real yogi? All those things in tomorrow's chapter. Okay. Now there is a quiz link. I request everyone to please do attend to this. Yes. Okay. Let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. अतः श्रीकृष्णनामादीना भवेद्ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियैः सेवोन्मुखेः जिह्वादौ स्वयमेव स्पृहत्ततः. This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. There are so many scriptures you have never heard in your life, even myself. Even I have not heard any Puranas or scriptures like this. So many scriptures say the same message in a different way. It gives a different words, different colors, but the message is the same. Surrender unto the Lord. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam racha. All the scriptures say the same thing. That is the essence of all the Vedas. Clear? No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of Sri Krishna through his materially contaminated senses. Can you think that by our contaminated eyes, tongue, nose, ears, everything, we're able to realize Krishna, Krishna's pastimes, or the sweetness of Krishna's holy names? Or can we realize the sweetness of Krishna's offered prasadam? No, because it has been contaminated. It has been contaminated, we cannot. But see, however, the Lord reveals himself. When we are doing it regularly, offering to the Lord regularly, chanting the holy names of the Lord gets pleased. Even if you are unqualified, what he does? Yes, he starts revealing to us, reveals himself to his devotees, being pleased with them because of their transcendental loving service rendered unto him. For example, simple example I'll give you. So you go to your father, ask in your childhood, you'll ask, my dear father, please give me 100 rupees. He'll say, no, there is an excursion in the school. They're going out. Please. He'll say, no, I don't have this 100 rupees. I'll never give you. We'll go, please, for the second time, third time, fourth time. You continuously ask for the second day, third day. Finally say, oh, Krishna, quick, take this 100, get lost, he'll say. Correct? The same way we are unqualified to get any mercy of the Lord. But every day offering, every day do chanting, every day doing, you get fed up. Are Baba, what is this? You're not leaving me. Okay, fine, take. He'll give his mercy to us. Clear? So it depends how much dedicatedly, sincerely I engage myself in the Lord's service. That only matters. Definitely no one, including me, no one have any qualifications to please the Lord here. But regular activity, regular chanting and offering, Krishna, he melts with this, and finally he will, should and must show his mercy. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. Acharya's words will never go alike. So regularly chant and offer, Krishna definitely will show his mercy without any doubt. Okay. Our Lakshmi Narasimhadev, so Gandharva Giridhari, ISKCON HPM. Now, any questions? You can raise your hand. Meanwhile, any announcements also will hear from Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice explanation. So no announcements as such, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay. So any questions, you can raise your hand. Yes, Mutturaj, Prabhu. You can turn on your video and unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Dandavata Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavata, Prabhu.
Prabhu, as we know, Bhagavad Gita spoken by Krishna to Arjuna in the battlefield. But my doubt is, who wrote this Bhagavad Gita in written form, Prabhu?
Vedavyas, Prabhu.
Vedas.
Actually, it was written by Lord Ganesha.
Uh-huh.
It is it's a small portion of Mahabharata, no?
Uh,
So Mahabharata was written by Lord Ganesha and it was narrated by Vedavyas.
uh.
Introduction, I said this story, no?
Oh, sorry, Prabhu, I can't hear.
You cannot recall. But it was written by Vedavyas. Yeah.
Somebody asked me who wrote this in the written form, but I couldn't able to answer him on that
Vedavyas,
time.
Prabhu. It's very clear. Vyasadeva wrote it.
Vasudev wrote.
Vyasadeva wrote it. Because he is the person who is the narrator or composer of this Mahabharata. And there's a portion in Mahabharata. So Bhagavad Gita is in Mahabharata. It's very clear. It's by Vyasadeva. And actually, in Kannada, I say, because my Kannada is a natural language, I'll be more fluent in saying that. English, little I'll struggle because I have to get the words, so it is not so fluent or so attractive. So actually, it is something like I give you an example of a marriage. So marriage is just it's a process of 2 minutes. Just the bridegroom tying the 3 knots to the bride. That's marriage. But that marriage takes for many days, you know. Those days they used to celebrate for 1 month. Then it came for 7 days, then 3 days, then one day, something. Now one day it is getting happened. So what is this? The same thing like Mahabharata. See, he wants to give this message of Bhagavad Gita. So he gave the whole Mahabharata. In whole Mahabharata, the main point is this Bhagavad Gita. Just to reveal the message of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. Yes,
Prabhu, one more point. I am also offer water and fruit every day, Prabhu, to Krishna. And recently I purchased, I bought my home Bhagavatam, Prabhu.
Very well. Wonderful fruit. Bhagavatam is the, what I can say, literally form of the Lord. Lord's incarnation for Kali Yuga. Bhagavatam is the incarnation. In which house there is Bhagavatam, personally Krishna is in presence.
Yes.
Just every day you start reading. How much
Already, at present, already I started to read the Bhagavatam, Prabhu.
You have any devotee association there?
Prabhu, here Chalkere ISKCON center there.
Oh, Chalkere, wonderful, Prabhu. You see, Prabhu, if possible, even in the center you can do.
And one more point, I am association in Gandharvika Giridhara temple, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes, yes, Prabhu. Chalkere devotees are connected to our temple only, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Yes,
I am also in that association, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Murari Madhav Prabhu gave and he guides me to read all those transcendental knowledge, Prabhu.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
I met Prabhu you in that same temple once.
Yes, Prabhu. When you come to the temple, you can meet me.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So yesterday also Murari Madhav Prabhu called and what is his name? I forgot.
Arjuna Bahu. Mahabahu Arjuna Das.
Mahabahu. Yes, Prabhu. Both they were in the conference call. They called me. So I am little back pain. So I said, when time permits or Krishna permits, I will come to Chalkere. Let's see, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, like this in my home, puja.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Wonderful altar. Wonderful. Oh, you kept Gandharvika Giridhara. Yes, yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. You start serving devotees also. Sometimes you invite them to your house. You start reading Bhagavatam. Every day, it is said as Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Yes, every day start reading one page at least. If you have time, 1 hour. Okay. Yes.
And also bless me, Prabhu, to continue in this.
Definitely, I'm not qualified to bless. I'll pray to the Lord. I'll pray to the
You are
Lord.
because you are my Shiksha Guru, Prabhu. That's why. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dhanavad.
Okay. Any other questions? No questions, then we'll wind up for today. Okay. Yes. So I thank all the wonderful devotees for giving your precious time and sitting and hearing this and trying to make your life perfect. Among millions, only few take these decisions, but please don't give it up. Be serious in your life What you're hearing is this. This is not an ordinary knowledge. It is directly coming from the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Please be a little bit serious and try to implement in your life. Only two things I request always. One is chanting, one is offering. That's it. I don't think this is difficult. But sometimes we are being so lazy and ignorant, we feel it is difficult. It's not difficult. It is the easiest process. Just 10 minutes of chanting, 1 minute of offering. Anyhow, you eat a fruit and milk, just keep in front of the Lord with one tulsi. That's sufficient. Clear? Okay, now let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to all. So now I'll give the option to unmute yourself. You can unmute and say Hare Krishna and leave the meeting.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Lila Mata Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Shivas
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jyoti Mata Bhavani.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Raj
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Pushpavati Mata Hare Krishna. Prince
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Venkatesh Prabhu Hare Krishna. Yes, Uma Mata Hare Krishna. Leela Mata Hare Krishna. Santosh Kumar Prabhu Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
How are you, Prabhuji? Santosh Prabhu, how are you?
Better, Prabhuji. I think yesterday your prayer has helped me. So tomorrow I'll be regular.
Yes,
I'll be-
when you are in service, Krishna is always to protect
Yeah,
you.
definitely, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yes, Manjunath Prabhu, Jyoti Mataji, Atul Chand Prabhu, Kishan Prabhu, Satya Prakash Mataji. Hare Krishna to all. Yes, Chandrasekhar Prabhu. Hare Krishna. You can end this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you all for joining the sessions. Tomorrow we'll continue with chapter 6. Hare Krishna.